Do we want to know why the price of gold is down? Do we want to know why the price of silver is down? And what about the precious metal mining stocks? I think we do. It's a common question that I get in the comments section of all my videos. Why are these down? I have the answers for you. It has to do with a strong dollar, high interest rates, and the Federal Reserve. But don't let me scare you off. I know sometimes this stuff gets a little confusing. I can explain it to you in very simple terms. You'll understand why they're down, and most importantly, what needs to change so that gold, silver, and the mining stocks, all the precious metals, can go back to a higher price where we know they belong. It's easy. I'm going to explain it to you right now. These economic concepts can seem a little intimidating at times, but trust me, they are not. You don't have to have a degree from Harvard University to understand, number one, that a strong U.S. dollar is not good for the price of precious metals. And to put this into context, the dollar is at near historic highs. In the last 1 year, the dollar has appreciated, has gone up, has become more powerful by almost 20%. A 20% move in any market is significant, but in the currency markets, that is astounding. In particular, when you consider that the US dollar is the world's reserve currency, it has been putting significant downward pressure on the price of the precious metals because a strong dollar makes everything cheaper. And an interesting little side note, have you thought about this? Even though we've had the super strong dollar, in most other segments outside of the precious metals, unfortunately, but in many other segments, despite the strong dollar, we've had record inflation. Let that sink in for a second. Now, we also have to consider the relationship of the strong dollar with interest rates and the Federal Reserve, because those two factors are what cause the strong dollar, and we're going to get to that. We're going to get back to your degree in Ronomics that you're getting right now. Congratulations, by the way. I appreciate you deciding to join me here in Ron's Basement. I do put out content every single day. You've got a friend for life. You're always welcome here. You can subscribe right here. Please give the video a thumbs up. Leave a comment in the comment section below. And don't forget, you can share this video with anybody you like. Now, let's get back to these final two factors that we need to consider. We're going to do a quick review before the quiz. Don't forget, a strong dollar leads to lower precious metals prices. But what causes the strong dollar? Aggressive monetary policy. You may have heard it referred to as hawkishness by Jerome Powell and the Federal Reserve. And when they do that, they raise interest rates. And when interest rates go up, that means no more easy money, no more quantitative easing, no more printing press by the Fed. That decreases the supply of dollars on the market. It decreases the supply, which makes the value of the dollars go up. Now, it even gets more interesting when you consider this. When the Fed raises rates, that makes the stock market go down. Money gets more expensive for companies to borrow. There's less money floating around to buy stocks, so the stock market goes down, much like we are experiencing right now. That creates what's called a flight for safety. People sell stocks and move that money into dollars, further increasing the demand for dollars, of which there is, remember now, a more limited supply. Are you starting to notice that this almost turns into a self-feeding prophecy, a doom loop, if you will? Now, what further irritates it is that right now we have massive levels of geopolitical risk in the world. War, okay? And when that happens, there's even a further flight to safety, which further exaggerates the demand for dollars and also contributes more to the strength of the US dollar, which, as we've already talked about ad nauseum, results in a lower precious metals price. So now we know precious metals are down because of the strong dollar, which is up because interest rates are up, which is caused by the Federal Reserve in their supposed fight on inflation, instituting aggressive monetary policy. Now, something I didn't touch on is the fact that gold and silver, over the decades, it has been documented, they are the enemy of central banks, of fiat currency. So there's also been a supposed, but pretty much proven and documented case for the fact that the big central banks have managed the price of gold and silver down over the last decades. What needs to happen for all this to change, right? We've been faced with what I would call a confluence. Do you know what a confluence is? That's when like 4 or 5 things come together and create a greater force. And we've had a confluence of factors resulting in this strong dollar. Well, something's gotta break, and something very likely will break, either in the financial economic system, because we know that's held together with bubblegum and duct tape. There's so much debt, I won't go on, but something can and likely will break in the financial system, or on a geopolitical level because of this major separation and fighting that's going on between the East and the West. That could also trigger a need for more loose monetary policy by the Fed. And when the dollar reverses, and it will be happy days again for precious metals investors. I'll be here for you through it all. Thick and thin, up and down, we'll navigate these choppy waters together. And when the price does go up, we're going to have a big party here in Ron's basement. Until next time, you be well.